Such a year it's been. Very strong gains. And joining me now to break it all down is our resident expert, Jay Woods. He's a chief market strategist at Freedom Capital Markets. Jay, what a year it's been.
It's been fun. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again. Can we do it again, I think is the big question.
That is the big question. I would love to say, yeah, sure, we can have that nice 17% rally on top of double-digit gains for the previous 2 years. That would make 4 years in a row of double-digit gains. You'd be asking a lot. So I don't see that. I'm optimistic things will go well. But I think 2026 is going to be full of fun headlines like 25 was, but a lot more volatility and some more choppiness in this market. And it won't be one big hit and then smooth sailing higher like we saw with that April low and then 8 straight months of gains. I think we're going to have a little more troubled waters to navigate in 2026. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's 12 straight months of gains and everybody's happy, but it doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
An impressive 3-year stretch, though, of double-digit gains each year since the bull market started in October of 2022. That seems like a lifetime ago.
I was just a baby back then, I know.
In some ways, Jay.
Yeah.
What has worked this year?
What has worked? Well, most everything has worked, if you think about it. And we've seen a broadening towards the end of the year, which is nice to see. It's not just 7 stocks, but the other 493 participate. But it's still the same culprits. Technology, communications, those are the 2 leading sectors. And when you break it down, you're talking about NVIDIA, you're talking about Alphabet, I call it Google. But those are the 2 biggest winners of the large cap stocks, and they led those sectors higher. So we're seeing AI, technology lead, but now we're seeing more participants. No one talks about financials, almost up 20% year to date. Industrials, in 3rd place on that list, up about 20% as well. So it's been a good year. All 11 sectors are up. Staples is going to limp across the finish line in the green. So we are seeing a broad-based rally. Now the question is, can those leaders, technology, communications, discretionary, the biggest weighted stocks continue to lead? And I think that's where we may see a struggle, because this AI story, while still the most important story out there, we're seeing winners and losers. And some of those losers, like a Meta, which is barely up for the year, that could take us down. Microsoft flattening out. So it's going to be a stock picker's market. It's so cliche, I'm sorry, but that's what I think we're going to see in 2026.
More of that, you think, next year?
I do. I think technology is going to definitely see those winners and losers. One of the things that scared me was seeing a Meta have great earnings and the stock went down. Well, why did it go down? Well, that AI spend not being rewarded, and now as a technician looking at price action, a little concern there. Maybe they get back on track. Zuckerberg has done that, but we've seen pockets, hello 2022, where the big stocks have lagged, and we could be in a consolidation phase. Haven't seen Broadcom or NVIDIA make new highs. The one standout to me has been Micron. That had good earnings and made new highs. So we're seeing winners and losers, and if NVIDIA and Broadcom consolidate, it's not a bad thing, but it's not good for the overall market. But where we're seeing leadership, we're seeing ExxonMobil Energy start to break out. No one expected that to make new 52-week highs as we end the year. We're seeing transports break out. These aren't the sexy names, but that broadening of the rally is good for the overall market, but it may not be good for double-digit returns at the end of the year.
So let's talk about the Santa Claus rally, because oftentimes, right, on average, we see the S&P gain at least about 1%, according to Stock Traders Almanac, and that can portend future positive results, but we aren't seeing that year. Is that a sign?
Yeah, shout out Jeff Hirsch, Stock Traders Almanac. It's a must-read. Great stocking stuffer, although it's a little too late for that. I got mine. But yeah, the Santa Claus rally is a great thing. Last 5 days, as you so astutely said, entering the last 5 days of the trading year, first 2, it has a 79% run rate, where if we are up over that 7-day trading stretch, that leads to good things. Well, last 2 years, Santa did not come to town. The S&P was down over that 7-day stretch, yet we had double-digit gains. So to me, it's more of a fun indicator, and I'm not going to be like losing sleep if the S&P 500 is down over that 7-day stretch on January 6th when it's over, and be like, oh, it's over, throw in the towel. But it's just fun to look at how, when it goes that way, statistically we're all right. Then we can talk about January barometer. That's the next thing we'll talk about next week or the week after. as January goes, so goes the rest of the year. That's a fun stat where when January's up, 80% of the time the market's up. Well, you have a 1 month head start. Okay, that's great. And then you're off to a good start. But January's going to be interesting. We have a lot of fun things to look forward to the next 2-3 weeks, and we can talk about them now, or we can tease the audience and come back in a week or two and touch on those as well.
Let's do talk CES, because I know that's a big event. The Consumer Electronics Show really starts the year in many ways. And what are your expectations for 2026's show?
Well, we expect a lot of optimistic speakers at the CES on Monday, January 5th. Is that? Yeah, Monday, January 5th. Jensen Huang of NVIDIA is going to talk. When he talks, people listen. Last time he came out with the cute robot, and a lot of people got excited. Let's see what's next, what he has up his sleeve. But what the real concern is going to be China trade. What people haven't been talking enough about are the prices of commodities: silver, copper, nickel, all making new highs, all going parabolic because of Chinese trade restrictions on how they export these materials to the U.S. That will have a deep impact on the technology sector if this isn't, just a super spike and then we get a little bit of a settle down in these prices. If silver and copper remain at these elevated prices, it will affect how, technology margins are impacted, and then it will come back to the consumer. So keep an eye on the copper prices, the silver prices, which have spiked. I think that is more of a tell as technology goes the first 2 weeks than anything we get out of the Consumer Electronics Show.
Yeah, suddenly those precious metals, they have been stealing the headlines this past week or so.
And I wish I owned some silver going into January, that's for sure.
Triple-digit gain,
Yeah, unbelievable.
All right, Jay Woods, Chief Market Strategist at Freedom Capital Markets, rounding out 2025 with us here on NYSE Live. Jay, thanks as always.
Thank you.
Great to have you.